is a wonderful question. It is from Summer Breeze again. Hey, Summer. Okay, it says, oh, and me again. I like it. Thank you. Why does everyone seem to flock to Quartzsite out of all of the beautiful places? It just seems like a windy dust bowl. Although I'm from New England, so what would I know about the desert? Okay, here's the deal. Here's the deal about Quartzsite. Quartzsite is a wonderful little town. I know, let me tell you the story. It's a wonderful, once upon a time, it's a wonderful little town. And probably about 3,000, maybe 4,000 now residents, and that's it. Well, Quartzsite became popular because way back, I think in the 1800s, they wanted to, his name was High Jolly. It was something else, but the Americans pronounce it as High Jolly because, he was from, I think, Egypt or something like that. And they wanted to start a camel fleet for out in the desert because we have a lot of desert. So they wanted to, well, it didn't go through, but High Jolly wanted to stay. And so there's where a lot of its, that background comes from, but it also is one of the mineral wonders of the United States, maybe the world, I'm not sure. A lot of gems. I remember somebody telling me that not in Quartzsite near Plamosa Road, BLM, is that some kids, it's like some young folks found a nugget, a gold nugget. A gold nugget. Blue Water Casino in Parker, which is right above. Is it above? Yeah, I think it's above. Quartzsite, it's the next town. It's the same county. They paid good money for that because because it was found in their land and everything. So they paid money for that. So yeah, okay, there you go. But here's the deal. Around Quartzsite, there is wonderful, numerous BLM land. Now, what's BLM land? It is public land that is undeveloped, and it's managed by the Bureau of Land Management, an agency of the United States government. And they allow us to stay on it for 14 days for free. And a lot of people stay longer, but it's free. It's undeveloped. And what some geniuses in Quartzsite said, hey, we got all this BLM, a lot of retirees come here in their big RVs or whatever. And we need to roll out the red carpet for them and let's make some money. Well, that's exactly what they did. So what happened is they rolled out that red carpet, and a lot of the businesses in Quartzsite really only have to stay in business for 3-4 months, and then they can close up if they want to. But there are people living there, so they don't. I mean, their residents actually live there. So I do know that some of those fellas, those families, I should say, women too, have made $1 million on their businesses because of it. And then Bob Wells started parking there, and he started gathering friends and gathering fans, and started his channel years ago, and started doing videos about it. And then he started what's called the RTR. He called it the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous. The rubber tramp, like we're tramps, but we drive in cars, so we have rubber tires. The RTR. It's grown. It's bigger than life. So there in some weeks, which is coming up next week, there could be 500,000 or more people in Quartzsite. It's a gathering. It's a happening. It's sort of like the Burning Man or whatever, It's a happening. Quartzsite is a happening. Yes, it is. So that's what you asked, what's the big deal? That's the big deal. Not everything it does get windy there because there's mountain ranges, but they're kind of off. like, like let's say like in Flagstaff, there's mountains, but some of them are like right there. In Tucson, there's mountains, but in Quartzsite, it's kind of like you can see there's just mountain ranges and you can see them far off. So there's not a lot of wind breakage, and so the wind does come through. On those days, it was fun. We had a lot of friends that we camped out by that first year that I met Paul. And, you know, we met Paul and Jack, and I had met a lot of my friends. Max was with us. And when it was those days, we would just call or text each other. We were in our regular vans, and it was a lot of fun. We just stayed in our vans, and we just we knew we would watch the weather to see, oh, is it going to be windy that day? And it was, and we just said, well, we're going to stay in all day. And we did. And I watched movies and whatever. We had food. I had my own food. I had everything I needed. And then the next day it would pretty much calm down, and we'd say, how'd you do? I remember Max had a wind calculator, and it was like, and every once in a while I'd look out and I'd see him out there. He'd be out there with the wind, and he'd be holding it up, and then he'd text us all like, what? It was a lot of, those were fun times. That first year was a lot of fun. And it's just everybody, and right now everybody's fighting the cold, but you know, they're all in it together. It's like they're in it together. It's a camaraderie. If you're a nomad, I'll be there in a couple days, and it's just a camaraderie thing. It just is. I mean, you gotta do Quartzsite. I've been doing it for 4 years now. 4 years. I've been doing Quartzsite every year. You meet a lot of people. It's a good place to gather phone numbers and everything. Yeah, that's a good place to do that. So then for the next year, you can text them, say, where are you? Do you want to go here with me? Or whatever. I mean, it's just a way to make a connection. There's your connection. Now, you don't just have nomads like me. You've got a lot of clubs. You got the escapees clubs. You got the singles clubs. You got the rainbow club. You got the Christian RV clubs. You got them all, and they all meet. And even you have like brands. I remember one year, it almost looked like a lot for Montana fifth wheels. There were like 25 of them all in just one big circle. They kind of they do like a wagon, circling the wagons. Yeah. It's quite an experience. And there's different BLM land. There's Plumosa, there's High Jolly, there's Dome Rock, there's LTVAs. The LTVAs are long-term visitor areas. For 8 months, you can pay $180, and or it might be more now, $200, and you can stay. That's all you pay, and you can stay there. Yeah, you can move around, but you got your spot, and you can find a spot. You can move your spot, move over here, or just stay there, whatever. Quartzsite's a pretty big deal. It really is, and the people who have businesses there are making a mint during those 4 or 5 months. Here's a good question for you. It's from Tony's son. Nomads are lucky nowadays with the advent of high-tech gadgets. Yeah, we are. Everything is a breeze with them, from looking for locations to helping people work mobile from their vehicles, especially the mobile phone, which has become a game changer. Wow, isn't that the truth? Here's her question. The other day, I tried to live in my car for about a day or two, but I ended up having diarrhea. I don't know what caused it, but it may have been caused by the lack of water to wash my plate and eating utensils. In the city I live, the food tends to be fatty because it contains thick coconut milk or lard. Is there another way to strip off the grease off the plate? Well, yes. Let me address all of that. And yeah, our phones are a game changer. They really are. But still, living in your vehicle is very much minimalism. And it's very much a simple life. It really is. Well, here's what I do. you need to get a spray bottle, okay? Fill up alcohol about this much and the rest of it water. This will take care of any germs. Now, you could also go with white vinegar, just cheap white vinegar. Just get it in the food section, and you can get a big jug of it for, a couple dollars for white vinegar. What I do is half and half white vinegar and half water. Now, you want to spray it down. If you're going to use, I usually do this system. I spray it down. First, if I'm eating, I usually have like a paper towel. I'll take that paper towel and wipe out any excess and put it in my garbage container, which is this. I need to resack it. But this is I like this. This is like $2 at Walmart, and I bought this like 4 years ago. I love it, and it goes with my motif, doesn't it? Okay, so then I get rid of that, and then I have my tray. You'll need to get a tray, some sort of a tray, something, and your dishes are on there. Spray everything down and your utensils that you ate with, and just let it set for a minute, okay? Then you're gonna wipe it down. Now, if you feel that it's the kind of food that's gonna grow bacteria, like the meat and the eggs, mayonnaise, things like that can spoil very quickly and make you very ill, spray it down again, wipe it down again. There you go. If you feel you need to do it 3 times, if you're going to use vinegar, you need to do it at least 2 or 3 times, okay? Because rubbing alcohol is going to be, and I get 90 proof, because you're going to be adding water anyways to it. So seriously, this is what I do. Now, as far as getting rid of a lot of grease, I mean, there should be no problem with that. If there's a lot of grease on there, well, get a spatula. This is one of those plastic spatulas, and it's very thin, and you can really get in there. You get all that off your plate. Get it off. Take a paper towel, get it off, throw it away. If you need to do it again. So if that's what you need to do, because only hot water is going to get rid of grease. You know what I'm saying? So, and I do not have a sink to do my dishes, nor do I want to waste my butane on heating up water to wash my dishes. So that's just me. I don't want to do that. And I don't, yeah. And it would be a mess. It would be a mess in my minivan, okay? So, no ifs, ands, or buts. It would be a mess for me, and I won't go there. So let me address that issue. You need to change your eating. You need to change your eating. Don't eat those greasy things. I mean, there's nothing wrong with eating fat, not by a long shot. But if it's going to leave that much on your plate, that's not going to be good. I eat a lot of produce. Fresh produce. Fresh. And I'm in the city, so I can go to the store, and if I would get a head of lettuce, it'll last me, especially in the winter, in the climate, in the wherever you are. I'm not sure where you are, but if you're gonna, most of your food's gonna be with coconut milk and lard. You might not be in the northern hemisphere. I don't know. I would have loved you to let me know, Tony-san, exactly where you live. If you can get some fresh produce, eat it. Now, what I get, if you do have this available, I don't think I have any right there. I get cans of chicken. That's my protein, or I get cheese. And, yeah, that seems to be my diet right now. And so I don't know where you're at. So that's my suggestion. This is how I clean my dishes. There you go. Thank you for that question. Because, a lot of people do wonder about that. Oh, here's one I got to mention. Oh, my gosh. Patricia Whitener. She says, I only heard of Phoenix, Arizona. I have never heard of Tucson. I'm not laughing at you, but yeah, that is kind of like, yeah, you never heard of Tucson. As much as you're saying how people were going to it, it's a little comical. Well, it's not comical because I never heard of the city. But Phoenix was really cool. So you went to Phoenix, but you didn't know Tucson was south? You know what? There's only 3 cities in Arizona. 3. There's only 3. You know, like, of like cities, you know, main cities, there's Flagstaff, then there's Phoenix, and then there's Tucson. Tucson is well known. It was the path, like Wyatt Earp and all them, they were in Tombstone. They would come from Texas, and then they'd go to Tombstone, Arizona, and then they would pass through the passageway from Tombstone, in Texas, Tombstone, to the Pacific Ocean was through Tucson. And so there was a fort there, the El Presidio Fort. It was a fort. It kept, that was the city. It kept everybody safe. There were Mexicans, there were Americans, and there were Tohono O'odham Indians, and they all had to have that fort because there were Apache. Everybody. So at that point, I mean, a lot of people say, oh, you know, they all worked together. They were working together because there were Apache that were a little bit more on the violent side. So, but yeah, there was a fort, and the fort is still called, it's called El Presidio. It's a little, they don't have the walls up anymore, but it's a big square. It's historical in Tucson downtown. So that's really where Tucson started, was the fort. And then they would go through Yuma and then go on to San Diego to the coast. So that's how Wyatt Earp and all the, you know, all those back then, you know, that's what they did. So Tucson is very instrumental to history, okay? And yeah, it's a wonderful town. I mean, it not just metropolitan, but all the areas. It's over 1 million now. And growing. So that's pretty funny. Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's, I think, really good information. Very good questions, everybody. I've got some more for tomorrow, and I've got some more footage. I've been a busy girl, so tune in tomorrow. I was going to show you today, but this is important information. I'd rather get this out, and we'll do more of a fun video tomorrow, okay? Okay? So I'll see you tomorrow. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And I got the book, How to Live in a Minivan, the Minivan Lee Way, and that's on Amazon. Just go to Amazon now. I also have neck gaiters on minivanlee.com. Just type in minivanlee.com. Yeah. And I'm there, and I've got all kinds of stuff. I've got sunglasses. I've got neck gaiters to keep your neck warm or cool in the summer. And I've got, if you want to give me just a little gift, I've got all kinds of amounts. It does help me out. It helps support me. And I've got exercise videos there too. So please feel free. I've got shamags. I've got headgear. Go there. Okay? And see what's there. It's a nice site. I love you guys. Mwah. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Okay, stay warm, everybody. Love you.